And we're back, and we are still here with Red Angel. He took off his hat.
And Natty them flinging now.
I guess he felt like it was a wardrobe change or something. But
Look, I tell him when my last get long and you call my name. Like, call my name, Celos.
Red man.
Call my name, Brando.
Red man.
You know what I mean? Let us want it to get out of the way. You know?
So we are back for part 2.
Episode.
So the first episode we talked about what Redman was into, Red Light District, all of the events and that good stuff. So now, kind of similar with what we did with Cash. We're gonna do our normal show where we talk about different topics, and now we just have an addition to our 3-team, tri-team, with some additional information or opinions. Which I know they're gonna come. So if I just shake my head and do this,
y'all make sure y'all comment.
Pass on it.
Let us know how I feel about it when we put the episode
Speak your mind, man.
Make sure you share everything. Red Light District, Trialogue. Make sure you do all of that. So we're gonna get into it right now.
So we started with R. Kelly.
Robert.
We actually talked about it in our first episode.
We touched on it.
We touched on
we
it
didn't really
about
talk
all
about
of the allegations and the whole. Is it Netflix? Hulu? Which one?
No, it was Lifetime.
No, Lifetime.
But he turned himself in, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently he turned himself in, and there's now a published mugshot as to about 5-10 minutes ago that hit the internet.
Right.
So I mean,
From what I saw, he have 10 counts of sexual abuse against him. 10.
Why it just can't be one count? No, it gotta be like 10 of
Because
them.
it's probably different people.
because that's not how the law works.
It's different people, I'm assuming. So it's going to be a count for each person who
And
comes
they
forward
also
or
have
whatever.
different descriptions for each type of allegation.
Right.
So they typically charge you with as much as they can, and whatever sticks is what they stick
I'm
with.
surprised he didn't get kidnapping and all types of other stuff too.
Right.
Some of those
human
things,
trafficking and all.
the
Then this
statute
thing
of
was like
limitations have already expired on a
those,
lot of
okay,
it.
okay.
So they told their story from their perspective, but he's not going to be held accountable to them in a court of law because the time
How long it's
has
been?
already passed.
All I have to
So
say
there's new
about
charges in, like something he could go jail for?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is separate from the PA
Yes,
video
this
there.
has nothing
So
to
now
do
they're
with
getting
it.
him. They're going to get him now.
Yeah.
They're going to get him
Because
now.
if you watch the documentaries, is a lot.
So basically, there's a new video of him having sex with an underage girl.
Did he pee this time?
I don't
I
know.
think they
I'm
said
watching
the
that.
PPR now too.
Look at the first time when I
You
see
do
the
it, you
pee
do it
thing,
again,
I was like,
you do it
damn, I
again.
want to try that again. But
Wow.
I didn't know what underage girl. No, I definitely wanted to try.
Help you out there.
Porta party.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Wow.
Which one? No, for real.
His
the first
video with the girl? I don't
I ain't
wanna see
watching
that.
it. No, of course I don't want to see it. But when I first heard about it, the first one, I was young.
I watched it.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I seen pee on somebody.
And we didn't know she was
I didn't
on
want to
that
take a
age.
golden shower.
She was older than
I
me
didn't
at the
know
time.
she was young. Yeah, I
We
didn't
didn't
know
know
she
she
was
was
young.
on the age of the
In
time.
hindsight, I don't watch the video again, but it's definitely.
I don't even think you can. I don't think it on the internet because it's technically child
She's
pornography.
she's a kid.
Right.
It ain't.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's a sad story.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
it's more than
All I have
sad.
to say about that is about time.
Yeah, like
How
now
long
he's in
will it
now.
take?
He's
Yeah.
gonna be in there. They're gonna Bill Cosby him or not?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Time will
what
tell.
happen.
I
I'm just
mean,
saying about time, man.
He gonna
As
sing
you
to the judge.
as Red mentioned, there was already another video with him. You could physically see him doing this thing to a young lady. So to me, it's
She said
never a
doing this
question of him not being with young people. And there's also a falsified document, or at least, with him marrying Aaliyah at that age and all that good stuff. So to me, it's not a question of if he did it. It's more like if he's going to be held accountable
I just
for
want to know
doing
why
it.
it takes so long. Like, it take a whole
'Cause money is
documentary
power.
for people to.
I think
to
people are
find
more
out, like-
aware now. Like it's.
Well, a lot of people are making money off of R. Kelly.
Yeah, that's
so
why
it's
they
They're
gonna
gonna protect
always
him.
they're gonna protect that cash cow. You know what I mean?
That's-
But for me
that's the money.
personally, why it's serious is because it's little black girls. And I have 2 daughters too, but it's little black girls, and you're destroying that. It's like we already have so much thing going on. R. Kelly, you made I Believe I Could Fly.
Oh man,
I really
Step in the
thought I
name of
could
love.
fly. And then
That
no,
was a
you know
graduation
what I mean?
song for everybody.
Everybody.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So and then no, and you doing it to
Black
ain't a
girls.
white dude doing it to us. It's like you
It's
doing it to
you.
us and use this super figure. And it's like Bill Cosby, like, okay, use this dude in our community and you doing this to us. You know
So
what
I
mean?
feel like it's a perfect segue into, we come from small islands where people do all sorts of crazy things. I know we grew up, I had people that were grown adults, grown men, picking up these girls from high school and taking them here, there, and elsewhere. And we
I've
have
seen
a
that.
really toxic rape culture in the VI with some big stories coming out lately. Even the newspaper highlighted that so many people have been arrested recently, you know.
Any public school
because
you went to, public high school,
of these
You've
allegations.
seen that. You've seen it.
So for us, it's like now that we're getting older, where do we fall on this? What's going on? How do we approach this in a sense that you could actually have an honest conversation and not necessarily pinpoint and say everybody's wrong, or it's a really gray area. if
We
that
have to
makes
admit
sense.
that it happens.
Yeah.
And even now, we have to look at it in context. In context is from where we're from. We still a couple of decades behind the rest of the world in the way
Yeah,
we
for
think and
sure.
certain things. And because if your grandmother ain't really that far removed from the plantation
She gonna act,
mentality,
she
you know
gonna
what
still
I'm
do
saying?
everything.
So young slaves were getting married off at 14, 15. That was normal in that society, and it's still
Then-
in the fringes of the society. It's still subconsciously accepted because your grandmother had that understanding that, well, I was 14 when I meet your grandfather.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but now with us being knowledgeable and educated as we
And
progress
progressing.
as human beings, we understand that at 14 and 13 years old, that person can't really make a conscious decision
They ain't grow
to
up.
be
With
in
their
a
body.
relationship.
Yeah.
Their mind ain't
So
mature enough.
just because you are 14 and you didn't do it, don't mean that she should be 14 and know not to do it, because your mother and your father ain't her mother. Your circumstances is totally different from her circumstances.
Correct.
And she's processing it different from your processing it. So what a damage the conversation is when, well, I was 14 and I never jump in anybody car, but it's not about you.
No.
It's about her. And
Circumstances.
Right. And we understand that she's 14 and she can't make certain decisions that I could make at 30. So if you're 30 years old and you're taking advantage of a
child.
14 years old,
13,
you're taking
14,
advantage of that.
And to piggyback off of that, I think too is, like you said, it's easy for them. The
Right.
guys.
Right.
It's easy. They know if I pull up to the school, I have a nice car, I
Right.
look like I get money. These girls, they're gonna come.
Yeah, it's
Because
status.
they don't, because, and also
That's where it
population, our
starts.
population smaller too.
Right.
Extremely.
So it's less pickings.
Yeah.
In other words,
Yeah.
for guys. So they see an easy target. And like you say, even though it's sad to say, it's tradition. This been going on for years.
Right.
So they know if I do this, I see Pana do it when I went in school, I could do it too. And I go and get it done.
And some people can't
So-
wait till their chance.
From
Exactly.
the dude, but from the dude perspective, I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
like
you
the
why.
word tradition, but
I'm
I
gonna
know
tell
what
tradition,
you're
but
talking about. I
for
know
the
what you're
dude
talking
perspective, I'm gonna
about.
tell you why it's even more sinister for a dude perspective. See, because you understand that girls are easily impressionable, and then at 14, I can't teach her nothing, and human beings crave being taught something that they never know before. And this dude in that Beamer or Sprint or Bucket,
It could be a Kia. It don't matter.
whatever,
As long as it's
but
shiny.
he know something that I don't know at 14.
Exactly.
And she wants to
That-
know.
Exactly.
But she don't have the background and the structure around her to say, you don't have to know.
So that's parenting.
That's parenting. But it's not one thing, it's a collective thing in
I
the
agree.
society.
I
don't- I
remember
agree
being
that.
in high
I
school,
agree with that.
talking to girl in high school and spending time and thing and
she just drop
she
you for
just
power,
bust
right?
off and then you
Scream
hear
deep.
the sad music playing while she walking off and you're just like, what, me in the car? I catching right up the hill. And Pana win because
The fight will fix.
yeah, what fixed already, right? I couldn't
win
I
from
don't
that
know.
either. So it's like, hey, whatever.
I mean, like I said, I don't like the word
You all
tradition.
washed now.
I don't feel like it's tradition. I think it's bona fide rape culture because the same things happen up here in the States. So I don't want to single out that it only happens in the Virgin Islands because I think that's very false and it's not true.
But I feel
the
like-
difference is that up here, like he said in the beginning, they have taken an approach to it in a much faster mannerism. So at home, you kind of get with it because monitors that see it, teachers that
a
see
more
it.
blatant home
yeah,
too.
a little bit more blatant.
They'll be out there waiting.
It'll still happen because we all know sex trafficking is a global issue, period. So you can't negate the fact that it don't happen other places. It just bothers me because I feel like as though it's been happening for so long. And even when I was in school, and God knows, I waited a good while before I got out there.
What's a good one?
Stop minding my business.
How long it take you to
See,
give up the yams?
Like I telling you, I think back home is more blatant because when I pick up my girlfriend daughter from school here, ain't not a mortal soul up there
Waiting outside
and the
for
police
somebody
will be
to
there
come
too.
out.
Ain't not a mortal
Yeah,
soul. If you're in a car line picking up a child, ain't no hanging out wrong here or wrong in school.
Yeah.
You understand? So back home, it don't have that. It don't have police saying, "Oh, you gotta be off the premises." Whoever want to go could walk in, do whatever they want to do.
But
in
think
school.
about this though.
I
But
would
think
say-
about this. They have Bo Peep. And I don't know for you young
Yeah,
kids.
I
if you
remember
don't know
Bo
what
Peep.
Bo Peep
Really?
is.
I remember Bo Peep.
Okay, but it have Bo
I
Peep.
mean, you know,
I was gonna say that.
No,
like,
but okay,
Man,
so
like 12.
right, no, but it have Bo Peep. So you in 12th grade and you going to Bo Peep, and Ty is in 9th grade and she going to Bo Peep, and you went from 12 and you graduate, you going to stop going Bo Peep. Your friends are still in school. You know what I'm saying?
But
So you're gonna
that's-
hang out. You're gonna hang out.
That's
at Bo
not
Peep.
the same.
No, I understand what I'm saying.
That
So
age difference is not
no, I'm
even
saying
comparable.
no, what I'm saying is, yes, most of us are gonna move on after 12th grade from hanging around the people. You're gonna have the stragglers that are 25. Bo
Still
Peep is
coming
still a line for them.
25.
Yeah, that's
need
what
some
I'm
ambition in life then, because
No, I agree with you.
right.
But I'm just saying, but we can't talk.
25.
And, see, but when we talk like it's the entire society. No, it's
a few.
It's a few.
But it don't make it right.
It don't, but we that then paint this brush and make it seem like this is a Virgin Islands thing. It's not
Nah,
a Virgin
nah,
Islands
no,
thing.
it's
a thing that happens in the
all
Virgin
over.
Islands.
Yeah.
And we that try to make it sound like it's really prevalent. It sounds prevalent because we're a small community and everybody knows everybody and information travels fast. But it's not prevalent in the community. You have more people
Just
doing
closer
the
to
right
home
way,
than
the
the
right way
wrong
than the wrong way.
we're just highlighting.
I
the wrong.
disagree. I feel like, because I feel, okay, this is how I feel. I feel as though molestation, rape, and all that good stuff happens a lot more than we would like to admit in our community.
Oh, yes.
Because we don't know.
course
Way
you do.
more. No, we know. It's not something that you just get up and say, hey guys, I got raped yesterday by
That's
my
what I'm saying.
cousin
We
or my
don't always
whatever.
know.
Yeah, so I disagree with the statement that it's not prevalent, but I just feel like now it's coming out because shout out to VIPD, they've been kind of doing their thing lately when it comes to
Shout out to Facebook.
dealing
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
real police.
What are you talking about?
whoever, but somehow, some way, these things are coming to light, and at the end of the day, we can't deny that it has been happening forever. It's been happening for a long time. Even these young males, they have been being molested and sexually assaulted forever. And I know it's like a thing, like, oh, I never want to say that this happened because I didn't want it to happen, but it happens, and that's just the truth. Period.
Yeah, but I get sexually assaulted when I was 15 by an older girl. If that's the way you want to spin it, but I didn't feel like I was getting sexually
I know it
assaulted.
was coming. I know it was coming.
I was sexually assaulted.
I know it was coming.
She knew certain things that I didn't know. She was taking advantage of me, but I had
And you
like
said
it.
no.
He said it was okay.
yeah.
It wasn't
Listen,
bad.
Nah.
That's
Well,
like,
then it will consent to.
That's
She
like
sexually
somebody-
assaulted me because I didn't know what sucking pokey was. And I suck a pokey. But I get wife afterwards. I thought it was like an even exchange, but she took advantage of me. I just saying. So you see how you funny to you? No,
because I will tell you.
She laughing at my sexual assault. You check it out right
You see how it is? It's double standards now. Double standards.
It's easy for you to laugh at my sexual, but I telling you exactly.
No.
You're not
At that age.
But she took advantage of me.
No, the double standard
But it was a
is.
stripe amongst me and my friend. They laugh at
So
me
then you
sucking a
weren't
boogie.
Oh, you
assaulted.
couldn't say that back then.
No, they were laughing at me because I took a boogie. But they were like, but my boy, you get some wife at the end of the day.
We laughing at you
suck-
because of how you say it.
Oh, that's why you laughing.
Yes,
Okay, so
not
then if we
because of
talk
that.
up, if so,
Seriously,
then
all
I the
jokes
victim
aside.
should then make fun of herself. So then you could accept.
No, you
Yeah, but I
take
get
it,
raped.
you
How
take
old
it
she
all
was
the
then?
way
How old
left.
she was then?
All the way left.
She was 22.
Oh, that's
how old
statutory
you
one
was?
time.
I was 15.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
raped.
she said
Sure.
that on my face.
You get raped.
Sure.
No, I get raped for real.
You get raped.
I do all kind of freaky fuck. No, for real. I mean, I could look back on it. No, I didn't think that I was getting
I
raped then.
just want y'all to know that I am not laughing at the matter. I'm laughing at homeboy.
I believe she
It's
laughing
funny.
at the matter.
It's
Don't
very
don't
funny.
lie.
No, don't ruin my reputation like that. Stop.
Fam, you are something else.
So let's move, anything else before we move on to the next topic?
I want to have this rape thing now, man.
Okay.
That was a little uncomfortable.
Well,
It-
I
it's
really
a-
want to know
it's
why
a-
Jussie embarrassed us the way he did.
correct. That's how.
That's why I want
to
to know.
You know
That's
what?
why he has
Because he's the gate.
I want to
No,
say
and
this.
stop
Where's
it.
the camera? First of all, my
back.
name is Dwayne Hodge on Facebook now. It used to be Red Angel because I had an opinion on the matter and somebody get upset and reported my name.
Oh, wow.
So
For
now
what?
it changed
Justin?
because the girl said that he has a mental.
Shout out the girl one time, man.
No.
Okay, never mind.
She's a Hodge. So I didn't even know why she's a Hodge, but she probably found like Anguilla or something. But
Really? Because my people from Anguilla.
that's okay.
Don't
I'm
be
from
disrespectful.
Tatola. I'm
I
not
don't
being
care.
disrespectful.
You
I'm
just-
just.
But she ain't what they did the shout out.
Yeah, you
Don't
saw
get
Hodge.
you. That have nothing to do with it.
and
Let's
my
go.
Hodge from
That have nothing to do.
But anyway, so what happened is she believes that Justin have a mental issue. I believe Justin have a mental issue.
Who?
Justin.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was
excuse me.
somebody else.
I mean, I hope it was Justin, but it's Justin. I believe you have a mental issue, but how she led the conversation was so passive and compassionate. Like, oh, you have a mental issue. Just go do your time.
Kind of like them people who
As if
Right.
it's okay.
Right. Not that it's okay, She acknowledging it, But when Bill Cosby do it, you ain't saying Bill Cosby have a mental issue. You saying that, oh my God,
He's
he's this and he's that.
I get it,
But
I get it.
So all I was trying to highlight to her is all of a sudden now it's no, he's narcissistic. He's just on the same level as Hitler. He's just doing a lesser crime, but the mentality is the same. It's narcissistic. I want attention, and I'm gonna fabricate this story and
That was
cry.
wild,
and
bro.
Good Morning America. You cried. They didn't even pay you the $2,000. The 20. How much you were getting paid? They didn't even pay him. It wasn't even an episode. He just sat there and he cried
20,000.
about something that never happened.
It's attention. That's why I tell people.
So yes, it's a
And
mental behavior, but I think
up.
he crazy.
right. So I was just trying to tell her, like,
He hit
if
his
we're
up with a sock
going
in
to
front of
say it's a
police.
mental issue, then we have to say it's a mental issue for the other things, even though they're more egregious. It's still the thought of it.
Like
But
R.
you're not
Kelly?
leading it like R. Kelly, but you're not leading the conversation that R. Kelly had a mental issue. You're leading it like, oh, he's
nasty.
disgusting and this and we're not as compassionate for that.
I think
John
you have
too?
a serious problem.
Who, Jussie?
Yeah, you have a serious problem. Like to sit down and fabricate
John
this
too.
whole thing and put this whole thing together and hire two Nigerians and say they attack. You have to be sick in your head to sit down and plan this out and think you ain't gonna get caught.
here's-
And
I don't really
They
have.
had
I
on
don't-
MAGA hats?
I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion on this just yet.
That's
because
where
I
it went
just
wrong.
feel like nothing makes sense at this point. Like I'm sorry, it don't make sense to me. I just don't get how you have money. It's not like he's piss poor. It's not like he just don't have people. Even if you wanted to do something like this, here's my thing: if you want to do something messed up, you do it right.
What?
You have the money to do it right.
Oh,
Yeah, he cashed do a check.
So to me, the fact that you did it so poorly
Right.
That check.
makes me feel like something gotta be wrong with you.
something is mentally
Like my
wrong with
boy
you.
is just like that don't make no sense to me.
Look, I already tell people.
and
out
every
there,
time more stuff come out and out, it
attention
don't
is
make no
a
sense.
drug out thing.
You know what this situation
And this
reminds
is
me of?
all for attention.
You know what this situation
But
reminds me
for
of?
what?
The
'Cause
Monique
that's-
situation.
But they're saying that it's
Which
because
Monique
he was
situation?
dissatisfied with his
Remember when
salary.
Monique was upset with
At
Netflix,
Netflix?
because so said person was getting this amount of money, so said person, and then
Pocket
she
watching.
and she wasn't getting anything, so she was like
It's called
making a big deal.
negotiating.
Right.
It's almost like this guy wanted to be heard so bad, like he felt like this was the only way.
Yeah.
But how would you being attacked even increase your freaking salary? That don't even make that makes no
But we don't
sense.
know.
There's
But we
no
don't. You know the thing
correlation.
is, we don't know his end game though.
That makes
Maybe
no
when we figure out his
correlation.
end game, then we could like
Yeah, and
critique it
that's why
more.
I
But
keep
we don't
saying,
know
We
his
don't
like,
end
ever
game.
know the
Yeah.
end game, no.
Well, I don't know.
No.
That's why I keep
Because
saying
from my
I don't
understanding,
really
he
have a
send
opinion.
death threats and stuff to the
Himself?
network from himself to him.
I mean, he could write
And
a
do
book
all
now.
of that, like-
He
Like,
might be
he
writing a
paranoid.
book
He
now.
crazy, that's what I
He
say,
gonna
like-
do 6 months and write a book, and
and
everybody
he
gonna buy it.
crush up aspirin and put it in the letter and like,
Yeah,
what are
but-
you doing?
What I'm
What you
saying
really
is, he
doing?
gonna do
I don't
6 months in jail, right? He's
If
gonna
he get
lose
out.
this show,
If he get out.
right? If he get out, he gonna write a book, and all the ties of them in the wall because
buy
they want
the
to
book,
buy the
the
book
book deal.
and he gonna make more
All
money
the
than he
Taisa
make
them in
on
the
the
wall,
show.
there's only one Taisa. Don't
Sorry.
act like that.
Boy,
He said,
Right, so he gonna win. By the end of the day, he
In
gonna
the, in
win.
the end game, okay.
Because
I see what you're
all
saying.
we talking about now is him, and that's attention. And once you get
And that's what he
attention,
wanted.
that's
That's
stories,
what he
and then
want.
you could then spin that into, he gonna
It
have a
don't
lifetime thing
matter
about
when
what
you're
he
lying.
lied.
Technically, he gained exactly what he wants.
Yeah, he doing
For
a Trump.
now. For now. And that's where we're going to segue right into our next topic.
This is your
Because
subject.
you're talking about narcissism and all this good stuff.
This
so,
one gonna be
So,
good.
like,
Are you ready to hear the
The king-
opinions on this? The
I
what?
think the king, the orange king of
Yeah,
that.
he's my idol, by the way.
Yeah,
I love
obviously.
him.
we're
I
talking
love
about Donald.
I love
The
Donald
orange
Trump.
one, yes.
Okay,
I don't
That
love his
clown.
politics, but I love
Clong,
him.
clong.
yeah, that's
no,
what
he's
you said.
not.
on the
He's
first
not a
one.
clown.
Clong.
He is a clown.
No, he's not.
Give us your stance. Give us your
Hashtag
stance.
is not-
Donald.
How do you
Clong,
think?
clong.
What do you think about
Donald
him?
Trump wanted to get some money from NBC because a woman was making more money than him, and he couldn't get him to get more money, right? So Donald Trump faked a stage press conference. He hired people to make it look like he was running for president. He faked it,
He didn't.
Just to
he
show-
did not think he was going to get
No,
elected
he
at
faked
all.
it to show
Yeah.
NBC that he could draw more attention than the woman, and he did. Then his son them were like, "Yo, Like
could really
people
do it.
really like us.
Yeah.
Donald Trump game. I knew Donald Trump because my stepmother from New York, and I've been visiting New York, and I just know Donald Trump from being in the atmosphere. His number one thing is to be the center of attention.
But
So I knew this from time you were running for president. I didn't care about the wall. I didn't care. I just know that he was trolling the entire wall, and the liberals were so emotional about. Go ahead.
that's why I've been saying the same thing you're saying. From time he ran for president, I was saying this man don't really want to be the president.
He didn't.
There's no way he really. He
didn't
like
want
you
to.
saying he was trolling the
couldn't even
whole
believe it.
time, and it happened, and he was like, okay, I'll do it.
So now, Brandon, this goes back to when I was telling you about acknowledging things that don't need to be acknowledged. We know this. We know he trolling us. We know he's saying these things for attention, and so he could keep them. But we feed into it all the time. It's like the dude calling you a nigga.
Yeah.
Why are you feeding into that?
Same thing you say.
He's doing the same thing, and every day we'd be like, well, it's wrong because the Mexicans supposed to be able to come to us. We know it wrong. He's saying it. We know this. Like, why we talking about that? Okay, Trump, Bill, wow, whatever. You know,
No,
we're
I'm not.
giving
I just
him
think he's
First
funny.
of all,
He's funny.
you're not taking my hard-earned coins to build no freaking wall.
What?
Number
Well,
one.
he
Them
taking
man
the-
taking your hard
well,
on
from
coins,
Yes,
killing
no.
children in
No.
Iraq, my
First of all,
God.
Now he get a
no,
funding from
no.
outside sources.
No.
But they're taking
No,
your tax
he
money
is taking
to build.
our money. That's my
No,
money.
That's a good
but
point.
he didn't get the money from outside
But
sources
listen,
from donors now, like,
but
No.
Ty,
You
but
sure?
Ty, but
But
Ty.
wasn't Mexico supposed to pay for this
Ty.
from the
Yes, at
beginning?
first.
Oh, okay.
Ty.
Because
So
he was
now
trolling.
they're gonna
Ty.
pay
He
for
was
it
trolling.
anymore.
Time
I'm
for you to
sorry,
get
I'm
upset
sorry,
with me
sorry,
He was
sorry.
trolling.
Sorry, sorry.
I'm gonna make you very upset. Your favorite president in the wall took your hard-earned money, built drones, and killed children in Iraq blindly.
You talking to somebody who went to war?
Listen.
You talking to somebody who
listen
went to war?
That's not.
That
You're not missing my
almost died
point.
like 4 times?
Wait, you're missing my
Okay.
point.
What's the
Listen.
point?
The point
What's the
is
point?
your
Were you
heart.
there?
Listen. Wait. Your
I don't
heart-
mind my coins saving
Listen,
my life.
listen,
I don't
listen.
mind.
Listen to what he
I
said.
did. I
Ty,
heard what
Ty,
he said.
Ty, listen to me. It sounds good to you until my children live in PA. And when they walk into school in Horsham and a bomb drops, you're not going to be for that. I'm not going to be for that. I don't give a shit if everybody in Horsham were racist and they were wrong and my children them living there and walking the street and somebody from another country decide that they're going to drop a bomb when my children them walking to school. I'm not for it. So what I'm saying to you, I'm not saying that Obama was wrong for doing that. Okay. You said that you don't want him to take your hard-earned money to build a wall. When
the wall is not
somebody else took your hard-earned money
to save veteran lives.
So you trying to tell me that
there's a price to my life? Hell yeah.
Right. So the
Yes.
the children them
Yes.
who got bombed in result
There's
of what their community
casualties.
was. You're saying that until bombs start dropping
Let's
in
start-
Orlando.
Then we going.
When bombs start dropping in Orlando, you're gonna have a different story
Let's have
and a
this
different thing to tell.
conversation.
There we
You
go.
can't argue with somebody who's in the military.
It doesn't-
Let's have
I
this
wasn't in the military.
conversation. Let's have
They
that.
both were in the military.
Did you-
Really?
Yeah. So
Let's
I'm
have
not
this
saying.
let's have
I'm
this
not-
conversation. You're saying that my favorite president did the wrong thing by
I'm
dropping
not saying
drones.
that it
Did
was
he
the
start
wrong
the
thing.
war?
I'm not
Did he
saying.
start the war?
I'm not saying.
Did he not stop to
Listen,
try the war?
I did not tell you. I did not tell you it was the
Tell
wrong.
me.
Wait. I did not
Okay.
tell you it was a wrong thing. So don't say
Okay.
that I said it was a
No,
wrong thing.
you're
What I said.
alluding to the
No.
fact that
What
it
I
was
said was
incorrect.
no.
Yeah.
What I said was that you are stressing the fact that somebody's taking your hard-earned money to do something.
one of my points,
That
but yes.
you don't think that should be done. And I am telling you that somebody else took your hard-earned money to do something that I don't think that should be done.
I am just going to simply point out that happens with every single president.
Right. So what
but
I'm saying
at the
to you
same
now
token,
is
too,
that
I'm
is-
going to use my. I let
Go
you
ahead.
talk. I'm going to use my voice and say a wall feasibly, fiscally, and even with the studies has proven to be insignificant.
Somebody
so guess
look
what?
this up for
the
me.
point that you already, you can look it up.
No,
So-
because from my understanding is he get outside.
Can I finish
Yeah,
talking?
sure. Go ahead.
Please?
Go ahead.
Yeah. And we're going to end it soon. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if I have a choice and a chance to talk up for something that's right
Okay.
and protects pockets, for the most part, I'm going to do that.
So does terrorism still exist?
Yeah.
So what did the drones do? It was feasible and it worked because we do the drones and we killed children along with collateral
Yes.
damage because
As
it worked.
somebody who
Did it
was-
work?
No, as somebody
Did
who
it
was
work?
in the military and knows strategy, that was part of strategy.
And-
And even if it didn't work, it doesn't matter. You blaming him about something that he didn't even control. He wanted to end the war.
What I didn't
while
say that
was
what
in
he
the
didn't
White
want to do.
House.
And what I'm saying is Trump wants to end
This has to be the thumbnail, by the way.
He wants to end what?
Trump wants to end people coming into the country.
Statistically,
Wait,
they don't
and
even
it might
come
be,
in over
and it
the
might,
wall.
but listen, but wait, and it might be wrong. But that's what he wants to do.
I just want to put in my point real quick.
Go ahead.
She said fiscally. From my understanding, the last thing I see on the news is he getting outside funds, not from the government, to do this, from other billionaires and other companies. So somebody looked up and fact-checked that for me.
He can't accept the funds.
I just
there was a
that's why I wanted to know.
GoFundMe?
That's
Yeah,
what
he
no,
can't
it wasn't a
accept-
GoFundMe.
Oh,
It
there
was from
was
different
one.
companies I'm talking about.
yeah,
so
he-
somebody fact-checked that for me. That's all I wanted to know.
I'm pretty sure
Because if
he
he
can't
getting it from
accept it.
outside, we technically can't say he using our hard-earned money.
No.
You
He
understand what I'm
literally
saying?
just declared what is it, national disaster? That's my money. Don't
Well,
play
that,
with me.
yeah, but I'm talking about
Like,
the
no.
funds he was saying
No.
you were going to get.
I don't want it.
for
No.
building
In
the
reality, it ain't even
And
really
it's
your
funny
money.
because
But-
the same president that you said that I love, which is President Obama, I'm Team 44
Barry
all the way.
Obeezy.
Okay?
Barry.
It's the same one that historically has literally, what's the word? Darn it. Right there. He has sent back more statistically than any other president before him back to where they come from. So the fact that we acting like as though he wasn't doing his job is preposterous.
No one
it's
said,
retarded.
how are we
Why do we
acting
need a
that way?
wall?
That's your
Keep
perception.
doing what you were doing.
No, that's his.
Statistically,
Go ahead, let him go,
he
let
was
him go.
doing his job.
That's his. I'm not never saying that anybody's not doing a job. What I'm saying is you will never hear me compare one president to another president because
don't compare my
it
coins,
doesn't.
though.
No, because I could find a whole bunch of things that Obama did. I could find a whole bunch
Why
of things that Clinton. I
that's
could
my-
find.
You could find
I could
anything.
find.
My
I
last-
read.
that's my
I went-
point.
Okay, then. So that's my
Any
point.
president, if you compare
So
them,
you
it's
only.
gonna be
But right, you
different.
finding these things about Trump because you
Because he's
disagree
the
with
president
you're
now.
disagreeing with his politics, and Obama had similar politics in a different arena.
Okay.
Similar
And
strategy
I could
in a
agree-
different
I could
arena.
disagree with him, and he could still be my favorite president, and I could disagree with Trump and still say that I think he's a orange moron.
I think-
What's the problem?
He cannot-
What am I doing
it's
wrong?
no
What
way-
am I saying?
I don't think he's a moron.
Oh, that's okay.
I
that's
think
where
he's
we
funny.
disagree.
I think he's
I think he's funny.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I think the dude is a genius.
I
I
wouldn't
think
go
he
that
does
far.
have he's
We
trolling
are-
the entire wall.
Yeah, and
That don't make him a
that's
genius,
not
though.
cool.
What?
No.
Okay, this is what we're
And
gonna
that-
Make him a
do.
genius.
This is what we're gonna do.
We're gonna table
We're
this
gonna do
topic.
final thoughts for everybody, minus me because I don't really care about Trump.
Right.
So
Well,
we're gonna start with you,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna start with you, and then we're gonna let our guests
thoughts in terms of what?
about this
Carnival.
Trump.
We
about
talking
this-
about about Trump.
And then we're gonna
and then
segue.
go to Carnival. Cool.
I think Kana strip.
That's a no. Seriously.
Kana don't just be out here making like Red say. I think he trolling. Like he ain't really serious about anything that going on in office. He ain't serious
So
about.
you're against Trump?
I ain't saying that against him, but
Not
I don't
everything.
care. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
care what
okay.
he does.
You
like,
and me.
I ain't like, oh, I hate Trump. I against Trump. My boy, you stupid. I
What-
realize you dumb.
And what are your final thoughts, Ty?
My thoughts is that at the end of the day, if you decide not to pay attention to Trump, you're neglecting society. We have literally regressed so much amongst this man to the point where somebody could walk around and literally say
Call me an N-word.
N-word. The people are walking around in freaking Walt Disney World with MAGA hats, and now it's causing confusion and issues. At the end of the day, it's not just about Trump. It's about our society and us as people. And I get that Red may not care about things because they don't bother him, but the world is bigger than you in your bubble. The world is the world, and we have to do what's best for the greater good. Sometimes that sucks, but still, it is what it is.
All right.
So you just leave me with like 1 minute.
Yeah. What? One more.
I feel like you structured it.
Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I don't agree with none of Trump politics. So when I said I think he's a genius, is because I know what it is he was trying to accomplish in the beginning, and he's doing exactly that because he could get it Taisos and everybody else in the world.
I like when you do that.
There's only one Taisa.
And is it not my minute? Is it not my minute?
It's your minute.
All right. Did I
It's
get
your
like an
minute,
extra
dog.
15
Go ahead.
seconds?
Go ahead.
All right. So he could get the Taisos of the world to react to these things. And I'm not saying that we should ignore what he's doing, but he has 4 years. So do what you have to do for 4 years,
years.
my boy.
2020.
2 years, whatever. And we're going to get you out of there. And then I could go and have some liberal president.
Bonnie coming in next month.
Talk nice to you while doing the same shit to you. That's all the difference is. Trump doing the same thing that every other president going to do. He just blatant with it. The other dude going to come in and be really nice, like, you know what, guys, we're going to help the black community, and we're going to send some money in for housing, and it never
That's a hard pill
happens.
to swallow.
You know what I'm saying? So I just go realize it.
That's good.
Okay, we good.
Now we're gonna
Guys, we probably gonna have to come back on this because
Redman gonna be back.
I agree with
I
him
don't
because
have my mind
our
on right
politicians is
now.
crooks. And
Yeah, right. We honestly have to thank you for coming in. One more time. We have to
Right.
thank you for coming
Yeah,
because
man.
we didn't expect it to go
It's
this
been
hard.
fun, man.
But I mean, that's what good conversation is about at the
It
end of the
is.
day. And shoot, we gotta get you back in here.
Right.
We gotta get you back.
I'm
in
gonna
here
get
for
more
sure.
followers now because they want to see like how,
Yeah, 'cause
how
this
to
boy
hate
talk
me.
good.
It's
How to
Trump,
hate
no,
each other.
yeah, this Trump thing. Like, oh, we hate him. Let's go see what he gonna talk about next.
Trust me, you don't want people to.
That's
hate
what Trump doing, you know.
No, he
Hate
he's
is
a
money.
clown.
No,
He's a
hate
clown.
is money, man. Sellers, am I not wrong? They hate you. They're going to log in every day.
No, but I
just to
don't
see-
hate sellers.
Correct.
What?
No. It's some people that don't like you, but they can't miss
They
nothing that you
can't
doing.
miss nothing.
Well, then they don't hate you.
They don't know how to love you yet.
They fake love.
Exactly.
Whatever
They don't know
you
to love
call
you.
They
it.
don't hate you. That's all.
But we love everybody though. And we want to check in. Don't forget that we have to go check Redman Wet tonight.
Check us at the spot.
The spot.
In Orlando. Mega Black 4. We're going to be there. Me and Kilo, the Dan.
Shout out to Big Kilo.
Big party. You got
Big party going to be
Have
Shell
fun
Long
for me.
Rancho. Poison. You know, I never see Rancho perform. Shout out to Ras Valley, you know. Right? Poison. And Ibari. Big things from Ibari coming
Ibari.
soon. You know what I mean? So, check us out.
Yeah, we are. We're going to
What
spot
else
tonight.
you get something going on for Carnival?
Oh, for Carnival, my bedroom them. This one ain't really mine, but the people who involved with it is like my close brothers and confidants and people I really kind of like that follow. They get a Juve troop called Insomniac. I have my own Juve troop for what I do for Miami Carnival, but I in full support of Insomniac.
What's the name of the one in Miami Carnival?
Red Light District Friends. They're gonna be big this year, but right about now is all about Insomniacs. It's all about St. Thomas Carnival. I feel like it's gonna be big this year. I mean, Pressure just do the new song, do it and done. We really
Good
try.
song.
We try and push that in real heavy right now.
done
Like
that.
I say, like when I go home, I really interested in Juve and some stuff in the village. So Insomniac gonna be crazy this year. If you haven't joined the troop, Insomniacs, what it is, vi.com. And link us up, man. We about having fun. That's what we like to do. We like to drink our little thing, have a lot of fun, bring a lot of love in the place, and have everybody going home feeling like they had a good time. It ain't really about the money for us. Of course, everybody want to make a dollar. Don't get me wrong, but the fun experience is what we're looking for. We feel better when somebody say, "My son, yo, I turn up heavy with Insomniacs, man." We feel better, but we're gonna make money regardless. We have jobs, and then the money gonna get taken to build
Correct.
Taisa Wall. So.
We should be.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Ain't no
You
vibe.
know.
So Carnival gonna be big this year.
We're gonna be home with we're gonna be home with
Yeah,
VI
consortium.
Consortium hosting and all that good stuff. So I
Yeah.
just want to say thank
If you're on
you.
the parade route,
Yeah,
We're gonna be
check
there
us.
watching
We're
you.
gonna be there.
We're gonna be there.
You know, I thinking
I'll be
about being
mindful
in a
of what I say
parade
on the
route.
mic.
even if you're just walking through, just stop.
You know, like
and-
pouring on a suit.
A red suit?
I don't think I
You know,
would.
you
go-
know the thing. You know how the girl them have their thing.
No, I ain't going.
Nah,
no, I ain't
I
doing
go-
that.
no,
Nah, I ain't doing it then. Fuck it.
Lead that for that man.
I ain't
man.
doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
Does
Nah,
everybody
you
have?
should do it that.
my cock smiles, so it ain't gonna really look good.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got no polish, so I mean, it ain't gonna really work out for me.
Anyways,
I just said-
can we salute? Cheers
Oh,
to a
cheers.
great.
It was a
Cheers
great.
with my
I
upper
love
lip.
this experience right here. This is amazing.
Awesome.
You gotta
What
be
are we
back.
yelling,
Yeah.
boy?
You gotta be back, man. You gotta be
Of
back.
course, man.
Gotta
I
come
mean, I
back.
was telling you, me and Stella's been talking about coming to Orlando for like ages. It just
2 years
never, like 2 years now, it just never really, you know what I mean? And just with you guys having this thing and then this show coming up that I get booked for, like, it was just like, okay, we have
We
to
got
do
a
this.
lot
Well,
going
thanks
on,
for
so we
coming.
catch you,
We
man. Thank you
appreciate
for.
it.
We know
Of
you're
course.
busy and everything.
And thank you to
Thank you for
everybody
taking the
else
time
who
out
hit in
to
the
praise
building
him.
that you don't see,
Yeah.
but they work
Right.
really hard.
They
Thank you
sure
for
do.
that.
Yeah, of course. And they're
right.
very beautiful people. Everybody's beautiful.
Beautiful faces.
Right.
And soft, right?
I smell good.
And smell good.
And with that, we out.
Bye, guys.